Hi there, Chris Bench, essay coach for HelloCollege, and I want to talk to you briefly about the third prompt for the Common App personal statement. That third prompt: reflect on a time when you challenged or questioned a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? So this is a great prompt. Oftentimes, students will write about how they, grew up in a very conservative family and became liberal, or grew up in a very liberal family and became conservative. Students might write about finding God as a common topic for this particular prompt. Those can all be very strong prompts, but there are a couple of things to be careful about. And one is that it becomes very easy to talk about the belief and not about you. You don't want the belief to be getting into. You're not presenting an argument here, trying to convince anybody. No admissions officer is going to change their mind, change their politics, find God because of an admissions essay that they read. Rather, you want to explain to us how it relates to you as a person. So, as one example, there was a young woman that I was working with a few years ago who wrote an essay in which she wrote about finding God. She had been somebody who struggled to make friends when she was in middle school, and she had trouble fitting in. And so she started going to church more. She joined youth group. Pretty soon, she was making friends in youth group. She found mentors. She started helping out on Sunday services. Before long, as she got a little bit older, she started mentoring younger kids in the youth group. She began volunteering for helping the elderly and helping the disadvantaged. And what started out as an essay that was very abstract, it was very much about how great God is and how wonderful God is, and the power of God. Those are big giant topics that don't fit easily into a one-page essay. Now it was much more human sized. Now she was a character in there and not God. God doesn't need to go to college. Nobody needs to write God's admission essay. She needed to write an essay about herself. And so by the end of that, where once it had been an essay about how much she loved God, now that the love that she had for God was being re-expressed in the love for the people around her. So we saw the love that she had for the fellow members of her youth group. We saw the love that she had for the people around her that she was volunteering, for the disadvantaged, for the elderly that she was helping. We saw the love that she held for the Sunday services that she was helping to perform. And in that love for those around her, for her church, we saw that love for God that she was having so much trouble communicating, but that was so important to her. But now she was very much a figure in the story, as opposed to it just being a story about an abstract higher power, about that belief. It was now a story about her.